Long before the glow of city lights dulled the stars, humanity looked to the sky with a potent mix of awe, reverence, and caution. To our ancestors, the heavens were no mere backdrop. They were a living, breathing realm, pulsating with intelligences far beyond human understanding. The Sumerians spoke of the Anunnaki, celestial beings who descended from the skies, not always as saviors but often as overseers wielding unfathomable power. The Book of Enoch described the Watchers, enigmatic entities observing humanity from the celestial heights. The Old Testament named the Elohim, divine figures tied to the heavens, while the Vedic hymns of ancient India sang of shining deities ruling from above. These weren't fanciful myths or primitive tales. They were urgent warnings etched into humanity's collective memory, signaling that the sky was never passive. It was a geopolitical stage, a cosmic arena where control over the heavens translated to dominion over the earth below. Across the ancient world, civilizations built monuments to connect with this celestial power. The ziggurats of Mesopotamia, towering toward the stars, were not just temples but energetic conduits to the divine. Egypt's pyramids, meticulously aligned with Orion's belt, mirrored a cosmic control grid embedded in the heavens. The Mayans and Incas constructed observatories to track the rhythms of celestial overlords, not for aesthetic pleasure, but to decode and perhaps outmaneuver a very real cosmic hierarchy. The Tower of Babel, often dismissed as a tale of human hubris, was no mere architectural folly. It was humanity's daring attempt to reclaim the interface between earth and sky, to pierce the veil and reconnect with the divine. These structures were acts of rebellion, built to navigate a sky that was both a teacher and a potential ruler. In esoteric traditions, the heavens are far more than a physical expanse. They form an energetic layer, a dynamic field that interacts directly with human consciousness, shaping thoughts, emotions, and destinies. The zodiac, now trivialized as a tool for horoscopes, was once a psychic imprint mechanism, a celestial script programming the collective human psyche. Ancient astrologers didn't concern themselves with predicting mundane events like love or wealth. They studied how the movements of planets and stars influenced entire civilizations, tuning emotions, fears, and desires like a cosmic symphony. The stars weren't just distant lights. They were cogs in a great clockwork machine, a living system orchestrating the rhythms of existence on Earth. Added paragraph 1. The sky is a cosmic manuscript. The ancients believed the sky was a manuscript, written in the language of light and geometry, a living codex that whispered truths about existence. In Babylonian star catalogs, priests meticulously mapped constellations, seeing them as divine instructions etched across the heavens. The Druids of ancient Europe read the skies as a tapestry of omens, guiding their rituals and decisions. Even in Chinese cosmology, the sky was a celestial bureaucracy, with stars as officials overseeing earthly affairs. This wasn't superstition, it was an understanding that the sky held a narrative, a story of creation and control. But as empires rose and fell, this narrative was co-opted, its sacred symbols inverted to serve those who sought to dominate rather than liberate. The sky's manuscript, once a guide to divine connection, became a script for manipulation, its verses rewritten to bind humanity to a lower frequency. But a dark shift occurred. This sacred sky map, once a conduit to the divine, was hijacked. Its symbols were twisted, its frequencies weaponized. The heavens, meant to elevate humanity toward awakening, became a broadcast system of limitation, transmitting illusions to keep us asleep. What if the gods we were taught to revere weren't all benevolent beings of light, but masters of frequency, entities who understood how to bend consciousness through the very architecture of the skies? This is the essence of the esoteric weapon. Not a physical device, but a false heaven system, a counterfeit divine order mimicking the sacred while trapping souls in a web of illusion. Gnostic texts speak of archons, cosmic deceivers who crafted a holographic firmament to keep souls looping in cycles of amnesia. Sumerian lore describes heavenly tablets, not as revelations of truth, but as tools of command dictating human fate. Many rituals and prophecies that pointed us skyward were subtly redirected, turning our gaze from the divine spark within to an external system of control. Added paragraph 2. The fall of sacred connection. This hijacking wasn't sudden. It was a slow, deliberate erosion of humanity's sacred connection to the cosmos. Ancient mystery schools, from the Eleusinian rites of Greece to the Vedic sages of India, taught that the sky was a portal to higher realms, a bridge to the divine source. Initiates were trained to align their consciousness with celestial rhythms, using starlight to awaken their inner divinity. But as power consolidated in the hands of empires and priesthoods, this knowledge was suppressed or distorted. Sacred observatories became tools of control, their wisdom locked away in secret societies or buried under dogmas. The sky, once a teacher of unity, became a symbol of separation, its frequencies manipulated to instill fear and obedience. This fall marked the beginning of a spiritual amnesia, where humanity forgot its role as co-creator and accepted the role of spectator beneath a controlled sky. This isn't to say all celestial beings are malevolent or the cosmos itself is hostile. Discernment is crucial. The sky is not empty space. It's a realm of active influence, a battlefield of frequencies and intentions. To reclaim your inner sovereignty, you must first understand this ancient, weaponized architecture. The sky was once humanity's greatest teacher, guiding us toward enlightenment. Then it became a ruler enforcing limitation. Now, it's time to see it for what it truly is and take back the heavens from those who would use them to keep you asleep. What is the sky, really? Beyond its clouds and constellations lies a hidden energy grid, an ancient technology described by esoteric traditions across the world. This isn't New Age fantasy. It's a planetary operating system, an intricate web of energy lines, geometric patterns, and resonant frequencies woven into the fabric of the heavens. In Vedic traditions, it's the Akasha, a living field of vibrational memory that stores the universe's secrets and connects all things. In Egyptian cosmology, Nut, the goddess of the sky, arches over the earth, forming a cosmic dome that separates the physical world from higher realms. The Gnostics called it the firmament, a crystalline barrier erected by false gods to block human souls from ascending to their divine origins. In Aboriginal Dreamtime, the sky is a coded mirror, reflecting energetic truths back to the earth, a realm where the physical and spiritual intertwine in a dance of creation. Modern science, often unknowingly, echoes this ancient wisdom. The ionosphere, a layer of Earth's atmosphere, pulses with electromagnetic frequencies that may influence human brainwaves, shaping moods and thoughts. The Schumann resonance, a set of natural electromagnetic frequencies between Earth's surface and the ionosphere, aligns eerily with the rhythms of human consciousness, suggesting a deeper connection between the sky and our minds. Ancient spiritual initiates knew this. They meditated at dawn and dusk, when the ionosphere's charge shifts, amplifying their connection to the divine. But they also feared this grid could be manipulated. What was once a natural system of spiritual alignment has been distorted into a cage of frequencies, a synthetic dome, not of glass but of light and code, designed to trap consciousness in a lower state. Added paragraph 3. The geometry of control. The key to this manipulation lies in sacred geometry, the universal language of creation. The ancients understood that the sky's patterns, spirals, hexagons, and celestial alignments were reflections of divine order. Stone circles, pyramids, and temples were built to resonate with these patterns, amplifying their connection to the cosmos. But those who sought control learned to mimic this geometry, creating artificial grids to disrupt the natural flow. The crisscrossing trails in modern skies, the precise orbits of satellites, even the hexagonal storm on Saturn's North Pole, all echo this corrupted geometry. By overlaying false patterns on the sky's sacred blueprint, these forces create a dissonance that fractures human consciousness, making us more susceptible to external programming. This is no accident. It's a calculated inversion of the divine mathematics that once guided humanity toward awakening. Some call this synthetic dome the veil of Maya, an illusion trapping souls in endless cycles of reincarnation and forgetfulness. Others name it the net of Indra, a shimmering web that binds consciousness to a lower reality. Sacred geometry lies at the heart of this architecture. Ancient sites like Stonehenge, the Great Pyramid of Giza, and Teotihuacan were placed on energetic nodes, acupuncture points on a planetary grid tied to celestial alignments. These sites were designed to harmonize with the sky's frequencies, amplifying human connection to the divine. But when these nodes are corrupted, The grid above reflects manipulated frequencies, distraction, division, disempowerment, turning the sky into a tool of control. You are not separate from this grid. Your aura, your thoughts, your emotional fields are woven into its vibrational web. Like a spider sensing every tremor in its web, the grid feels you too. You are not just a receiver of its signals. You are a transmitter, capable of influencing the energetic field around you. The question is, what are you tuned to? Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, is shaped by the unseen patterns in the air above. Until you decode the system, you're unknowingly participating in someone else's program. The ancient sky was structured, sacred, and alive. But that structure has been subtly reprogrammed to keep you asleep. To awaken, you must ground into the earth, rise into the sky, and reclaim what has been inverted. The moon, glowing softly in the night sky, is one of humanity's most cherished symbols. Romanticized in poetry, worshipped in rituals, and used to mark the passage of time. Yet, beneath its serene facade lies one of the darkest esoteric truths ever concealed. In Gnostic, Vedic, and Hermetic teachings, the moon is not merely a natural satellite. It's an artificial construct, positioned with surgical precision to influence tides, reproduction, and, most critically, human consciousness. It's a soul reflector, a cosmic mirror designed to trap and recycle souls within the Earth's matrix. When we die, ancient texts warn, our souls are drawn to a radiant light, a tunnel or glow often described in near-death experiences. But what if that light is a lure, a false frequency engineered to keep souls looping in karmic cycles, never truly escaping the trap? The link between the moon and Saturn is pivotal. In esoteric systems, Saturn is the architect of control, time, and material illusion, often depicted as the grim reaper of cosmic order. The Saturn-Moon Matrix, a concept found in ancient texts and revived in modern esoteric circles, suggests Saturn emits a low-frequency signal, fear, division, forgetfulness, that the moon receives and amplifies, broadcasting it to Earth like a cosmic transmitter. This frequency keeps humanity tethered to a lower vibrational state, asleep to its divine potential. Today, this ancient system has a modern counterpart: satellites. Thousands now orbit Earth, blanketing the planet with invisible fields of data and radiation. Are they merely for GPS and communication? Or are they the physical extension of an ancient energy weapon? Why must every signal pass through the skies, connecting to the so-called cloud? The implications are chilling, suggesting a continuity of control from ancient celestial manipulation to modern technological grids. Then there's the black cube, a symbol that appears repeatedly, from the Kaaba in Mecca to the mysterious hexagon on Saturn's North Pole, from elite iconography to sci-fi imagery. In esoteric symbolism, the cube represents the 3D reality, the material matrix, the trap of form. When black, it signifies the inversion of divine creation, control masquerading as order, a false god demanding worship of structure over the formless divine. Some traditions suggest the moon hosts unseen energetic technologies, machines of memory erasure, soul harvesting, and vibrational reprogramming. 500 years ago, the idea of satellites would have sounded absurd, yet today we accept them without question. The frightening truth isn't whether these technologies exist. It's how easily we've been conditioned to see the sky as benign when ancient wisdom screams the opposite. The moon's gentle glow may not reflect your highest light. It may be a signal binding you to a lower frequency Earth. Added paragraph 4. The moon is a cosmic amplifier. The moon's role as a cosmic amplifier extends beyond ancient myths into the realm of energetic manipulation. In Tibetan mysticism, the moon is seen as a lens, focusing cosmic energies onto Earth, shaping dreams and subconscious desires. Zoroastrian texts describe it as a regulator of fate, its phases dictating cycles of birth and death. But what if this regulation was co-opted? Esoteric teachings suggest the moon's light, once a beacon of spiritual clarity, now carries inverted frequencies, subtly altering human perception. Its cycles, once guides for planting and ritual, now anchor humanity to repetitive patterns of limitation. By broadcasting Saturn's heavy vibrations, the moon becomes a gatekeeper, not a liberator, ensuring souls remain entangled in the material plane, far from their divine origins. For decades, strange trails have streaked across the sky, lingering, crisscrossing, forming unnatural patterns that spark heated debate across the globe. To some, they're simply contrails, the harmless exhaust of planes. But to those versed in ancient energy systems and spiritual warfare, they represent something far more sinister. The deliberate manipulation of the sky's frequency field, a form of ritual warfare waged directly above your head. Ancient cultures viewed the sky as a sacred mirror, an interface between human consciousness and divine intelligence. In Vedic and Hermetic science, sunlight was more than illumination. It was spiritual information, carrying biophotons and codes of remembrance directly to the pineal gland and energy body. Sacred rituals during solstices, equinoxes, and eclipses tapped into moments when the cosmic veil thinned, allowing divine frequencies to flow freely to Earth. What happens when you interrupt that light? When artificial trails, metallic particles, and foreign frequencies saturate the space between the sun and the soul? The esoteric answer is chilling. You invert the light. You don't just block physical sunlight, you block soul light, the kind that activates dormant DNA, awakens intuitive perception, and dissolves the illusion of separation. These trails often form geometric patterns, X's, grids, even sigils. From an occult perspective, this is no accident. Symbols drawn in the sky, especially with metallic components, act as massive energetic sigils, ritual markings anchoring intent into reality. On a planetary scale, these patterns don't just affect one mind. They shape the collective consciousness, programming entire populations with subtle, unseen influences. World events often coincide with atmospheric anomalies, solar eclipses, blood moons, rare celestial alignments. These are ritual windows, moments when the sky becomes an altar for inverted ceremonies performed without public knowledge. Even the sky's color has changed. Ancient records describe deep azure skies, vibrant golden sunrises, and crystalline clarity that inspired awe. Today, we see pale grays, dulled tones, and an artificial sheen that feels unnatural. This isn't just pollution. It's symbolic erosion, a deliberate dulling of the sky's vibrancy. When the sky loses its clarity, your inner sky, your mind, your spirit becomes clouded too. The outer mirrors the inner, and the goal is disconnection. From natural rhythms, from the sun's healing light, from the intuitive knowing that awakens when you align with the heavens. They cannot fully control you until they control the medium through which higher knowledge flows, the sky above. At the heart of this war lies your crown chakra, Sahasrara, the energy center at the top of your head. It's not just a symbolic portal. It's a functional antenna, designed to receive divine insight, unity, and multidimensional awareness from the heavens. This is why it's the primary target of this esoteric weapon. This war isn't fought with bombs or bullets. It's waged through the disruption of resonance, a subtle assault on your spiritual connection. Your crown operates like a tuning fork, calibrated to receive high-frequency signals from realms of truth and divine order. When that frequency is disturbed by electromagnetic interference, false sky rituals, or fear-based vibrations, your internal compass drifts. You forget your connection to Source. You forget you were ever divine. Consider this. What part of your body faces the sky at all times? Your crown. This is no poetic coincidence. It's an esoteric truth. The ancients knew this, depicting enlightened beings with halos, sun disks, or glowing crowns. Egyptian pharaohs wore headdresses adorned with solar symbols. Yogis meditated beneath open skies. Shamans fasted on mountaintops. Not for cultural tradition, but to protect and amplify their antenna to the divine. Modern life, however, inverts this wisdom. We expose our crowns to a barrage of dissonant frequencies. Wi-Fi towers, 5G arrays, chemtrail metals raining down, artificial lighting, blue screens, and belief systems that mock spiritual sovereignty. These sever the human from the heavens, closing the crown and dimming your purpose. This is spiritual warfare, targeting the seat of discernment. A strong crown chakra senses lies instantly. A weakened one falls to deception, manipulation, and even energetic possession. The false light matrix, described in esoteric traditions, mimics divine truth but leads to distortion, and it targets the crown because that's where your connection to Source lies. But you are not powerless. Your crown can be awakened, retuned, reclaimed. Meditate under the sun or stars, practice conscious breathwork. Wear crystals like amethyst, selenite, or shungite to cleanse your field, or don sacred head coverings, used by mystics for centuries as energetic armor. Gold, silver, and copper shield the crown from psychic smog. Orgone energy, pioneered by Wilhelm Reich, can transmute harmful radiation through pyramids or resin devices placed near windows. Sound frequencies 432 Hz, 528 Hz, or ancient mantras like OM and RA disrupt the false grid, shaking the illusion scaffolding. Added paragraph 5. The crown is a cosmic bridge. The crown chakra is more than an energy center. It's a cosmic bridge, a direct line to the infinite intelligence of the universe. In Kundalini Yoga, it's described as the 1,000-petaled lotus, each petal a channel for divine wisdom. Ancient shamans saw it as a radiant crown of light, connecting the individual soul to the universal soul. When open, it allows you to transcend the material illusion, accessing truths that bypass the limitations of the mind. But when targeted by the hijacked sky's frequencies, this bridge is shrouded in static, its signals scrambled. By reclaiming your crown through intentional practices, you rebuild this bridge, restoring your ability to receive the universe's unfiltered messages and aligning with your highest purpose. Now that you see the depth of this esoteric weapon, the hijacked sky, the inverted light grid, the assault on your crown chakra, the question is, how do you escape it? The answer isn't to flee the sky, but to reclaim your sovereignty within it. The trap only works if you forget you're a co-creator of this energetic field. You're not a passive victim beneath the heavens. You're a transmitter within them, and that changes everything. First, your consciousness is your shield. Awareness breaks spells. When you walk beneath the sky with full knowing, you stop absorbing its embedded programming. You see the symbols, feel the inversions, and call your energy back. Intention is a real force. Every thought you direct upward, every prayer, every invocation of divine truth pierces the net woven above. Second, sunlight is your ally. The ancients revered the sun not out of superstition, but because it carries biophotons, spiritual signatures, and frequencies of remembrance. When filtered through chemical veils, that information is distorted. But by engaging with raw sunlight, through sunrise gazing, mindful exposure, or conscious breathing, you recalibrate your DNA and restore your cosmic antenna. Third, ancient tools can protect you. Crystals like amethyst, selenite, and shungite cleanse your field from skyborne interference. Sacred head coverings, worn by mystics across time, were energetic armor, not fashion. Fourth, orgone devices, pyramids, or resin-based tools harmonize your environment, transmuting harmful radiation into life-supporting energy. Fifth, sound is a weapon against the false grid. Frequencies like 432 Hz, 528 Hz, or seed syllables like OM and RA aren't just soothing, they're disruptors, dismantling the illusion's framework. Finally, reclaim your relationship with the sky through sacred ritual. Light a candle and speak your truth beneath the stars. Breathe intentionally as the sun rises. Stand barefoot on the earth and call your name into the heavens. These acts, simple yet subversive, restore your place as a sovereign being within the cosmos. You were never meant to live under a false dome of frequencies and fear. You were meant to co-create with the stars, commune with solar codes, and dance with celestial rhythms. The trap only exists for those who forget their power. But you are remembering. You are waking up. You are dissolving the veil with every breath of knowing. Here we stand, at the threshold of a profound awakening. The sky above isn't just a view. It's a battlefield, an ancient weapon of frequencies, veils, and inverted rituals engineered to keep you small, disconnected, and blind to the divine fire within. But now you see it clearly. The stars, the sun, the heavens. They're not here to rule you, but to mirror your power. The firmament, the moon, the grids, they were hijacked because they're powerful, because they're your inheritance. You were never meant to worship a synthetic sky or bow to a false light. You were meant to pierce the illusion with your consciousness, to beam your truth upward like a cosmic flame, to disrupt the architecture that binds you. The war over your perception is ancient, but so is your strength. The heavens are encoded with messages waiting for your awakened soul to read. Every step you take in awareness, Every ritual you perform under the stars, every breath you draw in alignment with the sun, reclaims your place in the cosmos. So, the next time you look up, don't see a weapon. See a canvas of infinite potential. Let your crown chakra ignite, your spirit rise, and your power burn through the veil. You are no longer asleep under their sky. You are awake inside your own. Rise, co-create, and take back the heavens. The universe is calling your name.